Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, November 15th, 2022 at 7:59 a.m. Oh, man. So, it was extremely quiet. And then when I got the courage to do a video, now I hear all the noise and traffic. Excuse me. So, I'm so tired and exhausted. I don't know where to begin. So, yesterday I got help with the hotel room. I was trying to see about what Airbnb or motel or something to get room for rent, something. Couldn't really find anything. So I really didn't want to go back at that motel since that since that guy had threatened me. So but I called anyway, and the manager has other properties, but it seemed like that was the only one he offered. But I didn't feel safe going back, especially the fact that he didn't really do anything, or he took it lightly about that other guy threatening me. So he has a few other properties, so I thought he would have offered the other properties, and the other properties he was advertising. I'm not gonna say where, but so so I mean, I didn't feel comfortable going back to that. So um they had this lady on Craigslist who advertised, I guess, a room for rent for $35 a month. I'm sorry, what am I saying? $35 a night. And so she acted like a narcissistic abuser, and falsely accused me of being on drugs. And then even after I told her I don't do drugs or alcohol or anything, and then she went on to proceed to say, well, since you're still on drugs and this and that or whatever, because she's like, well, how do you get a social security check and you're still homeless? She said, how are you homeless with the social security check? I mean, how are you homeless with the social security check? And then she just started to falsely jump to conclusion that she thinks I'm on drugs and stuff like that. And I felt like, well, even if I would have stayed there, I I already know she would have been a problem for me, and she probably would have been a perp too. I'm like, well, that would have been a great deal, but she said that, well, oh well, you get $837 a month. Well, you don't make enough because you need at least $1050 a month. So sorry, sweetie, this doesn't apply to you, or something like that. She said. I don't want to get her words twisted up, but something along those lines. So so that opportunity was shut, and so I have been putting in information or application for jobs and places to live, or inquiring about jobs and places to live, and you know I got at least three more job rejections yesterday. That was like an emotional deep stab to the heart. And I told y'all that every time if I go to apply for a job and gang stalkers pull off the instant I walk out of the building, that job is canceled. And I never know until after I walk out of the interview. They damn sure didn't want me making $13 an hour in overtime. But I was deeply hurt, very hurt. And they had multiple gang stalkers that drove off. I should have filmed it all, but they had multiple gang stalkers that drove off once I walked out of the Hilton yesterday. The I mean, no, the day before yesterday, I meant to say Sunday. I mean, I sacrificed getting a dog on Uber to go all the way over there, and he said that it was more about your attitude and not smarts or experience or anything. So I don't understand why I wasn't selected. So, and the belt job at the mall, they rejected me. I mean, I got so many rejections. But me being a target, I guess it's for a lot of us targets, our independence is a threat to the gangs, the control and power hungry gang stalkers. So also the lady from yesterday with the $35 place, she tried to also tell me that she tried to say, well, all I need to do is background check, and I need to make sure you don't do drugs or make sure you don't have a history of violence because we got other people living here. And it's that, and it's like she treated me like a potential criminal and like I deserve to be punished. And I'm like, well, if I would have stayed there, if I would have stayed there, then it would have been some issues. I probably would have been back to square one, back on the streets, behind her narcissistic fake ass. You're just making up false assumptions about, a whole stranger. I mean, you don't even, that's what narcissistic abusers, that's what they do. They make false assumptions about you and they want to, you know, trying to discipline, punish, and handle you based on what they assume about, falsely assumed about you, you know, and fill in the blanks, take it upon themselves to fill in the blanks before they even have really much of any real information about you. I was saying, me being homeless and trying to get out the cold, and I get a social security check every month, and so she rejected me, and she said she would have wanted it to be a long term, at least 6 months, at least, and she said it was kind of like an Airbnb and stuff. So I could not find a weekly rental for Airbnb that would have been $350. So I tried this, I tried that, and then so what resorted into me just the most I was able to do was 3 nights in the hotel, and it looked like it's supposed to be have crazy cold days every day until at least next Tuesday morning. On probably supposed to be the last cold day next Monday or Tuesday. So I only have, you know, enough to stay here um until Thursday. And then, I saved a little cushion enough to be able to afford to have food to eat as well. So Thursday, it looks like I have to be back on the streets out in the cold. And it's supposed to be cold Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, um, probably Monday night. And it rained this morning, but I didn't realize it was supposed to be warm this morning, but then cold tomorrow morning. And Thursday morning, it's supposed to be like 36 degrees or something. So, I mean, and then the guy from the motel, he's hardly in the office, so it's hard to catch him, and he got like tight hours, so it's hard to try to catch him anyway. So, it's like I've been. It's like the gang stalkers. I heard that they get paid to keep you poor and homeless and suffering. So, me showing the job rejections, that's proof right there. But the gang stalkers, they still want to maintain the false narrative that I just want to freeload off of people's backs. And I'm trying whatever I could, and they keep stopping and hindering me. Like, they don't want me to be an author or write. They don't want me to cook, or if they wouldn't want me, you know, they don't want me to make any kind of living at all. So yesterday I was not feeling well at all. Immediately after lunch, I ended up with the worst nauseating headache for hours. And immediately after lunch I had the worst nauseating headache. So bad that I couldn't even excuse me. I couldn't even continue swimming. And so I had to take an early trip off and just came over here and I ate dinner, and then I went straight to sleep. I could not wait to go to sleep. And so I also made a few phone calls, with housing and job opportunities, so trying what I could. And so I slept from probably 7:30 yesterday evening until maybe sometime before 5 or 6 o'clock. I don't even remember if it was between 4 and 6 that I woke up for good and could not go back to sleep. But then I started to doze off shortly before I started this video. And so it's like I'm not showing my face because I don't want the online perps to, they act like they want to try to catch on to which hotel I'm in, and so that they can make threats to call up with this or that, whatever place, and make a threat to have me back on the streets again, or threaten to have me banned from the hotel or whatever, hotel or restaurant or whatever. And so, but then me doing a video in the dark, they will falsely assume that, oh, Candy is lying about being in a hotel room. And, you know, so, oh, she's lying about being in a hotel room, so she's a scammer. So what did she do with that money? It wasn't money from you, so it's not your business. So if I say that, well, yeah, if I say, well, yeah, y'all falsely accuse me of staying in 5-star hotels and and eating at 5-star restaurants and stuff. I'm like, well, this was broken or that was broken, or I had to clean off the toilet myself yesterday because it was dirty, you know, or the water pressure is low, or this is the light fixture is broken right here, this, that, whatever. And then they'll say, well, oh, she's being ungrateful and complaining about the hotel room. Well, that's not a reflection on the person that donated to me. That's a reflection on the hotel itself. So, oh, she's ungrateful and complaining about the hotel room and this and that. Well, you're complaining about stuff that's not your business and not your concern, and you've been stalking me for 3 years. So if you're sick of me and have complaints about me or my life that's not your business, well, you're making yourself miserable. But you're just a paid actor, paid actress. You probably secretly idolize me. You probably secretly admire me and secretly worship me, and but just fronting like you can't stand me. Because no way in hell you would invest so many years, days, hours, months, weeks, years, whatever, investing in so much time with being obsessed with stalking somebody you can't stand, stalking the every move of somebody that you can't stand. Stalking and trying to ruin and destroy. I mean, you get a bed every night. You get to eat what you want, when you want, how much you want, how little you want, and spend how much or how little you want on it. But they want to try to dissect waste their lives dissecting every aspect of my life when they should be getting their own souls right with God and their own salvation. But they already sold their souls and they're participating in human trafficking for money. They're the ones profiting and making money. And so they're so power and control and money hungry, and they reverses on me and falsely making like I'm the one who's out for money and just greedy and stuff like that, and entitled. But you think you can try to entitled to meddle in the life of someone who you will never meet, and I promise you will never meet me in person. That's a multitude of y'all online perps that I'm talking about. So, it's like if you take away their power that they think they have over you, then they have retarded, narcissistic, fake meltdowns, over exaggerated fake meltdowns. Everything about them is just fake and acting. So I felt disappointed to come here and then find out. I mean, I brought my clothes over, hoping I can get laundry done. The laundry doesn't work. So today is supposed to be raining all day, or first they said it was supposed to rain all day. Now they said it's supposed to just be cloudy. It was raining this morning, but they said it's supposed to be cloudy. So so if I had a place to live with kitchen facility or and a little bit extra money for groceries and food, I would like to do something like show y'all some cooking demonstrations, or cooking and all that, or some food, show y'all how to make certain dishes and stuff. But in the meantime, if I can get well rested today, I will do something productive and work on more writing. Even if it's short stories, blogging, they block me from trying to make an income that way. And so if I write some short stories, I can put it in the community tab. I'm behind and have a lot of writing projects lined up that I have a lot of incomplete stuff. But it's like they've been keeping me chronically sleep deprived, and I've been out on the streets, and it's been hectic, and my thought processes could come out much more clear and better when I'm not sleep deprived. You know, so well, I can't think of much else to say at the moment, but I'll say that I need all the help I can, any and all help that I can get. And remember, I'm telling y'all a reminder, I cannot go back to Ensley First Baptist Church because of the gang stalking. They kicked me out on the coldest day of the year and had me wrongfully banned, so I can't go back there no more. Other than that, nothing out here really for single women, and I don't have the transportation to go all the way to Milton, Florida. So they might probably would do the same thing. And what if I'm stranded in Milton with nowhere to go? But I've been showing diligence with trying to, you know, trying to fight to get another job and stuff. And I heard due to gang stalking, and workplace mobbing, past employers are probably giving me bad references and stuff. So that might have been why I was rejected from the Hilton job opportunity. That's probably why. So the information is in the description box of all my videos, or just about all of my videos, of ways y'all can help me out. I'm trying what I could to make a living. And, you know, wait a minute, I don't remember if someone donated to my Ko-fi a week or two ago, but before that, it had been since June. But it was probably May or June. So the bad things that people are saying is not really what's true or what's going on, and they have a messed up, manipulated, twisted version of what's really going on, and it's a emotional stab to the heart to see professed targeted individuals, if I never did you anything, and they go flock to the people who are the online perps who are making smear campaign videos about me, full of lies and manipulated, twisted everything. They go flock to them and start defending and agreeing with them. And it's like, well, if you're targeted, I'm targeted. I never did you anything. Why? I don't understand. Why would you do that to me? And it's like, if you're supposed to be targeted, you act like as if you don't see the signs, or you act like you're blind to that person being a perp. I would go to bat for and defend you as a real targeted individual. So I don't know why you would backstab and betray me. And it's a big red flag if somebody says that you're schizophrenic and you're crazy and you need medication, you need help, you need being locked up and put away. Why don't you discern that? If you're a real targeted individual, why don't you discern that? Be like, well, oh, this person is a perp. They're a perp. They smear campaigning Candy. Or they lying on Candy. So, yesterday, I sent a mass email to at least 300 people, and only one person helped. From that, but that's where it comes in again. She seemed like a perp because it's like she sent me $11.11. I'm like, well, thank you, but I figure you seem like a fake TI perp. Like they, strategic with the numbers. It's like, well, for all that, you could have just donated $11. Why 1111? Or or why $7.77, or why 333, or why donate $6.66, 666, and certain, weird numbers, So that's how they'd be a fake TI perp. And then when you do a video talking about it, then they want to be the regular perps. They want to pretend to be ignorant and holler, "Oh, you're ungrateful." But that's how they do with the manipulation and money games and stuff. It's like if you eat at a restaurant and they throw up satanic devil horns, hand signs, and then come later and be like, "Oh, well, your meal was paid for. Somebody paid for your meal." Like, "Oh, really? Oh, thanks so much." But then you be feeling confused though. And then later on, like what happened at BJ's, "Oh, well, you've been running off without paying and stuff." I'm like, "Wait a minute, hold up now. I had the money that day, and I was told that someone paid for my meal. I didn't ask for y'all. Thank you, I appreciate it, but I didn't ask for y'all to pay, just for y'all to make it like it's supposed to backfire on me for accepting a free meal offered to me. Offered to me, that if I order something and try to get the cheapest that I could afford, and then somebody swoop in and be like, 'Oh, somebody paid for your meal.' And then next thing you know, 'Oh, well, you've been running off without paying.'" So that's seem like they doing all kinds of manipulative, weird stuff, knowing that you're playing all kinds of mind games, knowing that you're targeted and homeless and just basically trying to survive. But they have had some genuine people who have helped me too. So they have had some genuine, sincere, honest people who have helped me, with no sinister agenda attached. But the perps playing games and stuff, when you talk about how, "Oh, this this perp had, to worship the Antichrist, you deliberately and on purpose PayPal me $6.66. And then if I'd be like, "Well, I see what you're doing here. What game you're trying to play." And then they want to falsely say, "Oh, look at her, she's ungrateful," or they expect you to just accept it and not make any complaint or say anything. But then if I don't say anything, then people will be like, "Well, this is proof that Candy's a perp," or "This is proof that Candy's in line with them, because why would she accept that 366 and she ain't say nothing about it? So yeah, she's in cahoots with the Satanists too." So it's like a very big, mess up. That's like what driving for Lucky Cab. They expected me to drive around with one tail light out, and that exact same cab that I drove, it was a couple of nights ago, I saw looked like both tail lights were working. You motherfuckers. And I figured that they were trying to set me up to be in more debt, to try to set me up to get pulled over. And luckily I didn't. So I did not feel comfortable with driving around in the same kind of vehicles like what the perps do. And it's like almost everybody from Lucky Cab drive around with one headlight, wrong tail lights and stuff like that. And so I didn't realize they were gonna trick and manipulate me like that. So to hell with them. All of them bastards were gang stalkers. Just about every single last one of them were in on it, except a few. I'm gonna be fair and say a few people weren't in on it. But the the manipulation and sabotage and stuff, I guess that was a covert way of trying to, make it like as if, covertly, not welcome me, and the owner, Randy or whatever his name was, he treated me mean and treated me like I deserved to be punished. And it's like he had an issue with me or something. And then a lot of times you get like whatever cab company you drive for, they have like rude dispatchers and stuff. And when I drove for Glenn's cab in Gretna, Louisiana, my hometown, part of New Orleans, my hometown, and I think it was the day after I got the car, and I had just became homeless, the deep beginning of my chronic homelessness, and it was like it was a perp. I didn't realize it was part of the gang stalking, but it was the perp that set the the caused the cab car a flat tire, and then I was stranded and nobody wanted to help me, and even other cab drivers didn't want to help me. But the only one who went out of his way to help me was the doggone midget, and thank you for that. So like it's like I can't even drive a cab. I can't even have a cab driving job, because if I do, it's always they'll set up a manipulated, manufactured mechanical failure and then blame you for it, and then try to charge you or try to make you pay for it for their mistake. And then you got to cough up so much money and end up broke. And then the gang stalking network severely sleep deprive you on purpose so that you'll be forced to quit because you can't be safe on the road. And then after you turn the cab keys back in, then you start to be able to sleep like a beauty queen. So it's fucked up. So it's either they'll cause you set up mechanical failure and have you stranded on the road and nobody want to help you, or they got me driving around with one headlight without my consent or knowledge, or without even realizing. And then, okay, if this happens on day 2, okay, I quit. And then they prey on you being broke and desperate. And Z-Trip straight up didn't want to hire me at all. I mean, I've been trying to get a job with them since I first got here in 2019. And I even went through the test and everything. And then the black guy, Tracy Boyd, straight up told me that he wasn't going to hire me because I'm homeless. And said that he had a problem with people sleeping in the cabs and cars. I'm like, well, if I had enough I would be in a hotel or motel room. I wouldn't need to sleep on the streets inside the cab. Again, we're trying to punish you before you even do something. They want to punish you from what they think that you're gonna do. So and then they hinder you from getting a place or getting anything. And one thing you accomplish, they get mad and feel like that they're on a militant mission trip to destroy all your accomplishments. So I'm gonna go for now, and I'll see y'all. Dang. You know what? I'm gonna keep on talking for a little bit longer because now I see it's 33 minutes. I don't want to do that. I'll wait till 34 minutes. So I try to get off here when it was like 32 minutes and 55 seconds. So my athlete's foot is in between my toes is very sore and painful right now. So I'm going to try to soothe them with some coconut oil, and I'm going to try to work on these warts on my hands, trying to get rid of them. But when I get rid of one wart, another one grows back, and I try to do it with the apple cider vinegar. So I'm gonna try to work on that. I really feel like as if I'm sick. I feel like as if I'm sick. I think I am sick. And I wasn't feeling good at all yesterday. But I'm glad I got sleep last night. And I hope to get more sleep and as much rest as I could. And I hope I can get help to get to stay here longer. But next week it's supposed to be not as cold, but still cold. So I guess I have to be back on the streets next week, or I need help, continuous help until at least next Monday or Tuesday. And as I said, I'm gonna try to work my way with a living, trying to work my way with donations and help with the hotel room, probably, short stories and blog posts and stuff like that, and show y'all and try my best and put my best foot forward. So all my information is in the description box on ways y'all can help me survive and stay afloat and help me off the streets. So I'm gonna go for real this time, and I'm gonna see y'all later. Thanks for any and all help in advance.